In Haiti, a manhunt continues with more than a dozen arrested in connection with the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. NBC News correspondent Gabe Gutierrez is closely following this story and joins me now with the latest. Gabe?
Ayman, the U.S. now says it is sending federal law enforcement personnel to Haiti to help with the investigation.
These are the suspects that Haitian authorities say are responsible for the murder of the country's president, lined up for the world to see behind a table displaying firearms, machetes, and Colombian passports. In a dramatic news conference overnight, Haiti's police chief said at least 28 people were involved in the brazen assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. So far, authorities now say 15 men have been arrested, including 13 Colombians and 2 Haitian Americans. 4 suspects died in a gun battle, and 9 others are still on the run. The Haitian government says they were foreign mercenaries posing as DEA agents when they stormed the president's private home, killing him and critically wounding his wife, who is being treated at a Miami hospital. The acting prime minister has declared a state of siege, but the country's ambassador to the U.S. denies it's martial law.
I don't think it is, even though it's a state of siege, but it's a way to give some more space to the national police.
Still, there's mounting tension in Haiti. Protesters gathered Thursday outside a police station where some of the suspects were held. Some raising questions of whether the assassins had inside help. Others skeptical that sophisticated attackers who supposedly penetrated the president's security team would be caught so quickly.
Haitian government officials identified the 2 U.S. citizens in custody to NBC News as 35-year-old James Salagis and 55-year-old Joseph Vincent. The New York Times, citing a judge involved in the investigation who interviewed the suspects, says that the judge claims that they were working as translators and were not in the room when the president was killed. Ayman?
All right, Gabe Gutierrez, thanks for that update. And joining me now is Monique Clesca, a writer and pro-democracy advocate based in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince. Monique, it's great to have you with us. So let's talk about these arrests. How skeptical are you about the way they're being made and so quickly? And what does the declared, quote, state of siege look like for the people of Haiti right now? What's going on the ground?
Well, we are totally skeptical. Nobody believes this scenario. The Haitian police has not resolved any crime in the last 10, 20 years, whether it's Jean-Dominique, whether it is the head of the Bar Association, Montferrier Dorval. So for the Haitian police that has a legacy of not doing its work, telling us that they have resolved the crime in less than 48 hours, this is beyond belief. This is totally surrealism. So nobody believes it. So that is the first part. Now, on the ground, the state of siege is illegal. It is unconstitutional. The Constitution does not allow for a state of siege. So why are they decreeing a state of siege? Nobody knows. So everybody is extremely suspicious of this government. So that's pretty much what the story is.
So speaking of the government, the president's murder has obviously created or left at least a power vacuum in Haiti. The acting prime minister saying that he will take over until elections are held. Who do the people of Haiti believe to be in charge right now? Who should be in power right now?
Well, there is nobody in charge. This is a nightmare scenario, and this is a nightmare scenario that we have been warning about. This crisis has been going on for 3 years, and for 3 years, Haitians have been protesting and saying, stop this anti-democratic system. The legacy of Mr. Moïse is a legacy of rape, and not only a legacy of Mr. Moïse, of his predecessor, Mr. Martelly, and their party PHTK. It is a legacy of rape. It is a legacy of murder. It is a legacy of economic downturn, legacy of kidnapping. So there is nothing good that has come out of that legacy. And now, adding on to the chaos is more chaos. There is nobody in charge. whatever the situation, what the civil society and political leaders are saying, it's time for Haitians to come together to have a Haitian solution, not any other thing, a Haitian solution to try to resolve some of this chaos.
It'll be interesting to see if this does bring the country together going forward. Monique Clesca, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure we'll be speaking to you again in the coming weeks. I really appreciate it.